What's good, Buffs Nation? Man, Coach Prime had some words for the media today as they do the annual fall media session where like football, volleyball, softball, all sports that they have playing in the fall, they do their media conference today. And I'll redo that one because the softball ain't in there. 3, 2, 1. Buffs Nations, what's going on? Hey, man, Coach Prime had some heated words, had to smack a guy around today at the Fall Sports Media Day there in Colorado. I don't like the way that sounds either. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Buffs Nation, man, we've got some stuff to talk about. So today, there at Colorado, they did the Fall Sports Media Day. Annual thing, so all the sports in the fall, like volleyball as well as football, etc. They get that big media day going, and Coach Prime went in, and he went in shooting. He started smacking around media, not literally, but figuratively, right? He went off on a known hater for Colorado sports. And if you follow Colorado sports for a while, I've seen from some fans as I've been, picking it up, they said, hey, man, this dude's a certified hater, and he's always been this way. So Coach Prime had to put the man in his place. We go talk about it. We going to watch Coach Prime do this because I want to see, y'all got to see my reaction as he's talking about this, right? Because, man, it's wild just how he went off on this dude. And then Coach Prime threw a little shade at another coach who decided to bump his gums, also talking noise. So let's dive into all of that here on the Prime Time for College Football. So, as I mentioned, Colorado has done the annual Fall Sports Media Day, and we're going to talk about what was actually in there content-wise, about the players, the standouts, what Prime feels about the upcoming season, Prime's thoughts on going to the Big 12. We'll jump into that portion of it in due time, but actually we'll have that video out tomorrow, so keep your eyes open. I still need to cipher through all of the interviews and get you guys the best parts of it that, that's the most noteworthy, but Prime had... he was taking questions from the media and doing what he usually does. The best part about Prime is the personality. He's fun to listen to. And one person from the Denver Post had a question. Prime was not trying to hear it. And he let them know. Listen to Prime, shut him down. And then we'll talk about what exactly that means.
The Denver Post. Happy summer, my man.
You don't like us, man. Why do you do this to yourself?
Come on.
You don't like us.
Mark likes me, by the way. Huh? Yeah. Mark said he likes me.
No,
so
but
that's
you don't. Why do you do this, though?
No, sorry. Two-parter if I could.
No, I'm serious. Why do you do this? you don't. Why do you do this?
No, it's not about that. Football question.
Why do you do this? It would be hard for me to really engage in someone I don't like or something I don't like. I'm just asking why. Why?
Gotta pay
what
the bills,
did I do?
You didn't do anything. It's not about that. But this is a football question.
I'm asking you why.
Yeah, you can answer, but that's
okay,
not
answer me. Because
you
want me to answer you. So
okay, that's fine. That's fair.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Because I have
Give
questions.
Me your why.
What's your why? What do you want to know?
Why do you always on attack? What did we do?
Where am I on attack today? Where am I on attack?
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you opportunities to be on attack. But I'm asking you why. What does it do for you? What happened?
It's not about me.
But what happened to get you like this?
It's a good question.
No, I'm serious. Because I want to help. I'm serious. I want to help. Because it's not normal.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Can I ask you a football question? Seriously.
No, we'll talk about that. When we talk about that, I'll talk about that with you.
Can we ask you a football question, please?
When I talk about that, we talk about that. We can talk about that.
I have a question over here. That's my favorite part. He said, hey, we talk about that. When me and you talk about it, we can talk about that afterwards. And then we'll talk about football. Because basically, it's the guy, Sean Keeley is the name at Denver Post. You can look him up. If you're local, you know about him because I've done some digging on some of his reports and stuff. And man, yeah, he hates Colorado. And the funny thing is, it appears that the dude hates Colorado even before Prime got there. He has been railing in on Colorado for years, including when Colorado was actually doing really good in the Pac-12. He just seems to just not like the program. And so reading some articles, one article he was talking about Pat Shurmur and calling pencil Pat Shurmur and how he's going to probably ruin things there at Colorado for the Buffs. And I'm like, dang, bro. Why are you so angry? That's the only thing I never understood is why the haters are so mad about what Prime's doing, as if he's doing something just so bad, right? Like, it's wild that he just lost his mind on Prime like that for, just in just all these articles. He asked a question to Shador. I couldn't find the actual question, but I saw a quote from Shador basically saying, hey, man, I'm not answering that. You just want something for clicks for a headline. I'm not giving you that. And he basically just kind of turned off to somebody else. Prime basically did the same thing here. He's like, I'm not about to talk to you about. I'm not about to answer that because I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. So he called him out. You can't beat that, right? That's what Prime has been doing here with this team, and he's been hitting them boys with the, y'all not about to hit me with the okie doke, right? And so him responding like that, saying, hey, man, no, I'm not going to answer these questions. We'll talk. So basically, they're going to talk offline. We'll see if this Sean dude decides that he wants to change his tune, but it doesn't appear that he has any love for the Buffs or anything that they're trying to do. Like, even the jump from the 1 to 4, he just had no love on the wins. And so, hey, man, in the lighthearted, savage way, Prime got the boy. Now, as the conversation went on, this was very interesting to me because there was a rival coach, not really a rival coach for Prime, but there was a coach that had some statements to say. It's Pat Narduzzi over there at Pitt, right? And he had this statement to say, which kind of felt like it was one of those passive aggressive type statements, right? And so this is what he said about Prime. He said, when you become a head coach, you inherit that team and you coach that team. If someone wants to leave, that's great. You don't kick them out. I disagree with that whole process. That's not why I got in the game. And that's him talking about Coach Prime and the turnover we've seen on the roster here. Fascinating, right? He had something to say. But of course, Coach Prime had a response. Let's hear that.
But first of all, I want to digress a bit and thank the head coach from Pittsburgh for really preparing those young men for us. He did a great job. I love those two young men. They're really great players, and they're going to be pros. And I heard that someone took a shot at one of them verbally. So Mr. Hayes just wanted me to make sure I add that in for him. But thank you, Pittsburgh. I appreciate it.
So for y'all that don't know, Deion Hayes, defensive lineman, he transferred in to Pitt from Colorado, as well as Samuel Okolola. He also transferred into Colorado from Pitt. And so he basically called him out and said, hey, man, he's Prime put folks on notes to let them know. I see what y'all saying. We hear y'all. We know y'all bumping y'all gums, talking noise. We ain't playing the game of we don't hear y'all. We know exactly what y'all saying. And so what we ask y'all to do is just keep it a buck. Be straight up with us. You ain't got to talk noise about us like that. And it seems like, of course, everybody talks about Colorado want clicks, but it feels like everybody else want them same clicks too, right? Colorado brings attention. I mean, again, I have this channel because I've been a fan of Deion Sanders as a kid, and he is polarizing. And so it's very intriguing to see if the experiment of one of the greatest cornerbacks to play the game, if he can be successful. I think he can, because he seems to have that old school mentality, and he doesn't also treat his players as if they should be able to do the things that he could do. That was one thing that was really big with a lot of the former players. They struggle because they feel like, players should be able to do what they did. And it's not realistic. Prime is here teaching. He's growing young men. And the raving reviews, to me, outweigh all of the negativity that's followed behind it. So, yeah, it's funny that Pat Narduzzi felt the need to make that comment because he lost a couple of players to Colorado. Look, and honestly, Okunlolu as well as Hayes have been pretty solid in camp, we're hearing, and I bet you they jump out this coming season. So just keep your eyes open on what Prime and them's going to do here in the Big 12, reminding folks that they plan on being successful. So, hey, man, I did this video because I wanted to hear from y'all. Hop in the comments. Let us know what y'all think about Prime's statement. How you feel about Prime's back-to-back rebuttals, basically, on these two guys who are, certified haters, right? He feels like Prime decided that, he had time today, and he showed that time. So tell me what y'all think. All right, so we'll continue our series of teams that we're covering. You'll notice on the channel we're doing a whole bunch more videos because we are very close to the season. So more videos are going to drop. Make sure you check out the last one here. This last one uploaded. Check it out. We did some chopping it up, as well as you can subscribe to the channel here, man. So appreciate y'all pulling up as usual, and we'll talk in another day or two.